What's up, guys? It's the channel continues to move forward as I upload a video today, 22nd day in a row. KSI's album has dropped. YouTube star, YouTube personality, KSI Olajide Olajide Olayinka Olatunji, I think his full name is, JJ, has released his album today, which has been highly anticipated by his fans, of which I am, of course, one. And I thought I would talk about my thoughts on it just quickly. So normally it takes me a couple listens of an album to really come to understand what songs I like, what songs I don't like. Sometimes I won't like a song for months, and then suddenly something will happen that it'll grow on me a bit. For example, from the Kamikaze album, Greatest. That song, Eminem's Kamikaze album, of course I'm referencing, the song Greatest, wasn't anything particularly special to me until I went to the Eminem concert. He opened with it and it was super lit, and now I love that song as one of my favourite songs from that album. But enough about that, now more about KSI's album, Dissimulation, the concealment of one's thoughts, I think the definition was, from what he said. So straight off the bat, I'll say it's good. I like the album. I think, how many songs do I have saved from it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of 12 songs saved. And some of those are, of course, songs I'd heard before, singles he'd released music videos for and stuff. But in terms of new songs, let's go through and talk a little bit about them. So he opens with What You've Been On. It's only 2 minutes. It's one of the shorter songs. And this one I'm like teetering on. Do I save it? Do I not? Is it one I vibe with? It might be one that grows on me, I think. I'm unsure for now, but an alright start to the album. And then the second song is Cap featuring Offset, which is a banger. I do enjoy that song. He's been hyping it heaps in the build up to the album drop. So I knew it was going to be good. Offset is, of course, a big feature. And so, yeah, that is that's one of my saved songs. Maybe, I don't know what my favorite song from the album would be. There's quite a few that are good. But the third song on the album is Poppin' with Lil Pump and Smoke Perp. Of course, that's one I'd heard before. It's a single with a music video out on his channel, the KSI channel. And that's a decent song. I'm not big on Lil Pump's verse. Look at my wrist, Corona. My neck got Ebola, I think the line is. I'm not a big fan of his verse. I think KSI's verse is actually the best on that song, which is big because he's got 2 big features on it. So for him to stand out from the crowd in that song, good for him. Then up next, the fourth song, another single I'd heard before, Houdini featuring Swarms and Tion Wayne, banger. This song is probably in my top 2 or 3 songs from the album. It's, yeah, of course I'd already heard it before. Music video slaps. The song is sick as, and that song is just, it's sick. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. Houdini by KSI with Swarms and Tion Wayne. Ooh na na, you don't wanna run with me. It's a sick song. Fifth song on the album is Bad Lil Vibe, which is another teetering one. I'm not sure. I don't have it saved currently, but it might be one that grows on me a bit. I mean, there is really no bad song. It's the ones that I don't have saved now. They're all ones I'm thinking of possibly saving in the future, depending on how they grow on me. Will I grow to like them? Will I grow to not like them? Who knows? We'll see how we feel. Number 6, speaking of feeling, number 6 is called How It Feel. Another song, another one of my non-saved ones, which are alright. But it's worth noting that with this album, his standard is so much higher than work in the past. Like, even his worst songs on the album are still like decent tracks that will probably appeal to people that aren't me. It's been an album he's really pushed as being something for everybody, a bunch of different styles, and so that'll probably appeal to someone. And there's just overall a good mix of stuff on this album. Number 7, Wake Up Call featuring Trippie Redd, another banger. Obviously a more light poppy song. That was another single he'd released before this, and yeah, that song's sick. I've had it saved since it came out. Up next, number 8, Killer Killer. Ayana Lee, is that how you say her name? I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with the artist. This is another one of my potential favorite songs on the album. Sick hook on it. JJ's verses are pretty good. And yeah, it's just a massive vibe. And yeah, that has potential, as well as Domain, the 9th song on the album, another original one like Killer Killer, that's only been released on the album, which this is the one song that I like actually got up and like bounced around a little bit, because it's just the hook on it is just mad. Start moving around and start bopping, and yeah, it's a good track for getting people involved, I think. And that'll be one when he can eventually perform that goes off in concert. I can already see that being a thing where he's shouting the chorus and the crowd are shouting the chorus along with him. So yeah, that will definitely bang when it comes time for performing them. Down Like That, another one of the last of the 4 singles I believe were released before the album, featuring Rick Ross, Lil Baby and SX. Another great song. It's arguably SX's song because he's on the chorus, which takes up a good portion of it. So arguably JJ's a feature on his own track, but it is a great hook. The music video for that, him falling through the sky, if you haven't seen it, worth checking out, is a good song, and something that I have saved to my songs on Spotify. Yeah, I want that knockdown, as he says. Undefeated, the second last song, another one I have saved, another good one. Probably the worst of the ones I have saved. Like probably the worst of the best, if that makes sense. But another good song. Obviously I have it saved. I only save ones that are good. And he closes the album with Millions, a bit of a deeper song that is targeted at someone, a female perhaps, a female that he wishes was still in his life. Was sort of what I got from that. It's targeted at someone. The first verse seems to say something like, I hope you hate this, or something. So maybe the first verse is targeted at someone he's not a fan of, and then the second verse, I don't know, it's aimed at someone. There's going to be people who know the meaning of that song. But overall, that's the 12 songs on the album, and it's good. It's so cool to see a YouTuber doing something like this, to make music and just pushing the boundaries for what YouTubers can achieve, what people on the platform can do, using their channels, growing their abilities, setting new standards, paving new paths for people to follow. And yeah, just a slapper of an album. He's done well with it. It looks like it's going to get number 1. It's already number 1 in Australia on iTunes and Apple Music. So the Bread Batch, which is an Instagram page that does sort of YouTube and internet news, reported that the album Dissimulation is number 1 in 18 countries on iTunes, and in 7 countries on Apple Music. So it's doing pretty well so far. And there's obviously a bunch of other countries where it's coming in at number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, whatever, moving down. So it's started off strong. A lot of YouTubers have been pushing it, trying to show their support, and it looks like it's going to do well. I hope it does. And yeah, just sick to see someone like this, a YouTuber, an internet personality, an influencer, whatever you want to call them, just making mad moves, which is something I know I definitely will strive to do in the future. But that's probably enough for now. Of course, make sure you stream Dissimulation on Spotify. Buy it on iTunes if you fancy it. Help KSI get number 1, because he's promised if he does, he'll go back to bold ski. He'll shave his head again, and go back to the bold days, which would be interesting. But anyway, that's going to be enough of this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to see when I post new content first. But that'll be it for now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.